Hey everybody, it's Rob from Flailthroughs. This is Gundam Battle Operation 2, and this is a request for Tyrant, who wanted the narrative Gundam B packs in the colors of the red Gundam from GQuuuuuuX's. And I think that came out fairly well. Had to use a little bit of camo to get the pattern on the chest as close as possible, but luckily had the tiny little Xeon symbol. I didn't even scale it all the way down. You can scale decals down ridiculously tiny if you really, really want to. So, yeah, I think it turned out fairly well. And, all right, yeah. The narrative Gundam B packs, it's not bad. They did buff it semi recently. Now has another application of its speed reducing incom that does not require a lock on. You can just set the field up somewhere. Very useful. Also, it's, man, just barely got away from that Freak Schneid. And I'm not going to stay away very long. Oh yeah, especially not with the prototype Psycho helping it. I have no idea how I lived to stand back up. But yeah, the thing about narrative B packs is kind of you end up using, or at least I do, the incendiary missiles as your primary weapon because they do stun. So yeah, and they ready up I think a little bit quicker than the Jagan bazooka does. So yeah, they can be a very handy thing to lead with. Though since the Jagan bazooka is slower, if you want to, combo from one to the other, it's not a bad place to start. It has a pretty decent skill set, just one that took me a little bit of practice as to being able to use it as well as I wanted. But this round, I think, came out pretty well. So starting with us behind, but as I've said a lot frequently, sometimes you lose the first wipe. It happens. Yeah, I saw one person there surrounded by three people. As you can see, it's our RF Gelgug, and I cannot take on like three people by myself. So I just decided that the most practical thing I could do would be get us a checkpoint. Whether or not that's true, who knows? But that was what I decided on. But so far, yeah, somebody has gotten a kill because this is 650. So yeah, it's 720 with 725. That's one. But yeah, after winning that wipe, the enemy team came back to their base. So there's actually quite a bit of points here to get if I can not get focused too hard. I am, of course, getting focused very hard, but just trying to, get off some kill shots here and there before I can get murdered. As you can see, that Ifrit Schneid is at 0 health. So, yeah, use the tackle to make sure I got it. Yeah, because when the when there's no iframes and the incendiary damage ticks 0, that means that the person has 1 hit point left. So that is that is when you got to go for it. But yeah, hit him with the tackle. So I took out the one that was idle, I believe, and I took out the Schneid, and then the rest of the team is hopefully mopping up. Well, there's only one person left there, so I'm gonna assume it's pretty well mopped. Put support fire on them. Back into the mobile suit. Yeah, look how tiny that Xeon symbol is. That's about the right scale, I think, for the Red Gundam. It can go smaller. But yeah, so far so good. We have largely caught up, which is pretty decent considering. And yeah, the damage incomes, I feel like they lock a little faster than the speed reducing incoms, or that may just be my imagination because I keep trying to lock the defense field or capture field, I think it is, onto things with some kind of Psychomu defense. I believe once it's into its resonance mode, I believe the Psycho Gundam does have lower lock-on time for funnels and incoms. And again, none of that should actually affect incoms because, yeah, incoms are a different system where they do not operate the same way that Psychomu does. If I remember the description properly, Psychomu, the Psychomu systems are basically passive and detect the activation or the presence of certain brain waves that are supposedly only present in new types. Whereas to compensate for this, incoms are wired weapons that actively scan the pilot's brain to pilot them. I think that's how that works. I may be wrong. It's been a long time since I read it, and if I remember properly, the lore could even change. That is just how Gundam is. You know, it is always in flux. But okay, and that is a Demeter. I think I fought that Demeter a couple of times tonight. That is a. I'm working on a request with that too, and I'm just kind of still trying to get the knack of it. It, at least the way I have it set up, it's kind of fragile, and I built it I think for defense. But yeah, just a little bit on the delicate side. It was another one that got nerfed, so it's probably low on hit points to balance it out, I believe. But yeah, it can be a tough one, but I do like it. You know, it's fun to use. It's got flap booster, which I'm better with now than I was when it first came out. So, and it's one of the suits that can use like all three flavors of its funnels at once. And on top of that, it has a really neat twirly heavy attack that I am having a very hard time not hitting allies with. So if I smacked you with that tonight, I apologize. I'm working on it. Yeah. Right now, just was trying to attack from a distance, but they decided not to stand near the windows for some reason. So time to get back to it. There's that Demeter. Used the field to slow it down. And I don't know if it worked or not, but well, the Demeter's down because everybody kind of just rolled up on it, so that is not the worst news. Incom's out, and Proto Psycho moved back faster than I expected. I decided to just go with Vulcans. Somebody else got the final shot. That's fine. And we've got about a minute left, and we have managed to take the lead. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this round has come out. I just got caught by the Freak Schneid, which, yeah, its melee damage is ridiculous. I believe they just buffed that too. I'm going to have to look it up and see what they did to it, because I remember somebody told me it was pretty good now. I think Salty was talking about it. We will be recording again soon, incidentally. Just, yeah, but equipment problems, schedule problems, the usual stuff. So, but we are continuing the incredibly cursed recording sessions when we can. Okay, there's that Proto Psycho, and there is at 650. That's got to be a new mass production new fin funnel type. Trying to get got the Proto Psycho before time ran out. That just leaves the Afreet Schneid. I should not be backing into that new Gundam's line of fire, but yeah, and that. Yeah, I was about to say the Schneid's going to grab me, but it's going to grab me after the timer expires, so that doesn't count. I'm alive. And yeah, that went really well. We managed to pull it off, and yeah, I think the colors came out pretty well. I got top diversions, but also second place overall, 5 and 3, 95,000 damage and 3840 score. I hope you enjoyed it, Tyrant, and that is going to do it for today's Gundam Battle Operation 2. We will be back soon with more. Till next time, everybody take care and have fun. Later. I feel like the narrative Gundam just having a completely, like, open, well, not entirely open, but, just cockpit glass, like, exposed to the outside is kind of just a terrible idea. But, I'm pretty sure it was designed to be like a test bed, wasn't it? So probably not actually designed to go into combat that way. Regardless, yeah, just it's definitely a suit that makes me reconsider the idea that I might enjoy a realism mode to this game where a single good shot to the cockpit would take out your mobile suit, because yeah, in the narrative's case that would mean probably a Vulcan shot.